Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I'd like to thank you for all your years of support through the years. As a result, this channel has grown and allowed me an equity partnership in carmarshal.com. Please take the time to check them out. They help you buy and sell your next car, even have a negotiating tool to save you from the hassle of haggling with multiple dealers. The link is in the description below. Please click and help support and give if you can too through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks again.
Now here comes Captain Wilson, jumped out of his truck. He immediately has his gloves on.
This is video from a Hazelwood police officer's dash cam in May 2003. The officer had responded to a traffic crash on I-270 near McDonald Boulevard. Emergency workers are tending to a man trapped in his vehicle because of a back injury.
Drivers really want to get where they're going, and they go fast, and they curve or swerve around lanes suddenly.
Attorney Beavis Schock says that's why firefighters from the Robertson Fire Protection District positioned their pumper to create a protective box to extract the victim, closing 2 highway lanes and leaving 2 open. But within seconds, veteran Hazelwood police officer Todd Greaves can be seen ordering the pumper be moved.
That's Captain Wilson saying to his driver, do not move the truck. The truck's providing safety. Now they're arguing.
Fire Captain David Wilson goes back to the patient, but Greaves again demands the pumper be moved. He starts to walk away, but then pulls Captain Wilson away from the patient, handcuffs him, and arrests Wilson. When you saw this videotape, what was your reaction?
Well, my reaction was with my co-counsel Steve Riles that we wanted to represent this man in federal court and prevail.
We begin with a CBS News 8 exclusive. A firefighter is handcuffed and put in a patrol car right in front of our cameras.
The disturbing part, he was responding to an accident along the 805. CBS News 8's Angelique Lizardi has details on a meeting between the 2 departments and the exclusive video. Angelique.
Well, Dan and Nichelle, I just got off the phone right now with the Chula Vista Fire Department. They tell me right now they are currently meeting with CHP to determine exactly what happened between the CHP officer and this firefighter.
To detain one of our firefighters in the middle of an incident is ridiculous, and it doesn't provide the good customer service, the good public service that both our agencies are there to do.
Hey, I just want to let he's arrested before catching fire. I'll let y'all know.
Now that's the fire that you're looking at, who has now been identified as Jay Gregor, who was talking to our cameras while he was getting handcuffed. Now, according to officials, they're saying that this took place around 9 o'clock last night when Chula Vista Fire Department responded to a rollover accident on the 805 where they were treating 2 people. And when the CHP officer arrived, he told the firefighter to move the truck from the center divide. The firefighter refused and continued to treat the people involved in the accident. Moments later, the CHP officer detained Gregor for about 30 minutes and then was eventually released. Now, we did speak with the chief from Chula Vista Fire Department, who says he is very disappointed, and right now they are talking with CHP to determine what happened.
It's unfortunate, and it upset me. It upset me for my engineer. You know, they're there to do a job, and we want them to be able to do their job. To be, you know, detained like this is not good.
Now, I did contact CHP at this time. They prefer not to respond at this time due to this incident.
This is me. This highway patrolman pulled my mom's ambulance over because he's mad we didn't pull over, and he's trying to arrest the police, the AEMT, from taking my mother to the hospital. This is me. This highway patrolman pulling my mom's ambulance over because he's mad we didn't pull over, and he's trying to arrest the police, the AEMT, from taking my mother to the hospital. Let's get this all on camera right now. Let me get the car number here. Tag number. Been on the road about 5 minutes ago, partner. That's all it is. That's time there. That's all it's doing. I'll tell you. What you say? They said everybody's ready to get some. Yeah, all right. Sure. Yeah. Don't y'all get involved. Okay. We're not. No, I just got you some evidence. That's all. I got you some evidence. That's all. What happened? Red light is burned. I've been going hot over here to help the county out. You understand? Yes, I do. Can you follow us to the graveyard, sir? I'm getting in, Mom. Yeah. Do what your mama says. You were under arrest. You are under arrest. You get in there. Charged on them for assault and travel down. Which is a state law. Hey, Mama. Hey, man. Let go. Are you going down? They're going to do it anyway, man. You got an actor. What? Come down. It ain't him. It's him right here. This one's trying to be all right. Now listen to me. I just told you you're under arrest. You get the patient to the hospital. My mom is in here. That's my wife, man. Come on. Talk to me. You're arresting me. Talk to me. That's him at the hospital. That's my doctor, man. It's crazy, man. I'm not breaking no law. I'm not breaking no law. I just want my wife to get help. That's all I want. Fuck this fool. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. That's all I ask. What up?
I just follow her after the alley, head towards north by the bank there. There'll be a white female blonde hair.
What do you guys got going on?
Intoxicated female. I'm trying to find her. About 3 seconds. Puke can barely stand up. She went into the alley by herself towards Gallia from Teacher's Ed.
Oh my God, Brittany has to go to the hospital, honey. You riding with me, Britt? Honey?
Hey, everybody step back. Nobody has any idea? No, we just got here. The way it's going to happen is the alley was. I am sure not. You don't have any idea? We don't even live around here. Him and I split up. How we doing? Not sure what happened. Excuse me, sir. You have my ear. You need to talk to him. Now he's listening. Sorry. Let's get back here. Hey, Combs, did they get any witnesses or anything?
No. One of them said that Trey Underwood was in with the argument, but they don't. There was a guy that was with Trey that was actually the one that hit him. A black male.
Well, no one seen Trey do it?
No. They were arguing earlier, but nothing happened at that time.
Okay. Well, I'll go see what he needs from me.
What's that flashlight? Oh, I see her here, guys. She's up by the post office right now going north. Okay. Is she falling or anything? She's walking.
Give me a handful of those. Get these people back from us. Listen, baby, back up.
Hey. Get back. Just stay back, okay?
Everybody step back.
Just everybody get back. Get back over on the sidewalk now.
We got him. Hold the trail back.
Put him out.
Get back!
Get back now. You're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail.
Everybody back! Everybody back! Do not tase him! Do not tase him! His skull busted open. He's freaking out. He's fucking mad!
You okay, man? I know. Let it happen.
He's out with her at
7 Look out, they're good. Don't struggle with it, okay? Come on, it's all right, buddy. It's all right. I'm not gonna beat you. Let's go be bitch ass motherfucking move. His feet are here on top. Yeah. At least he's getting words out. That's something. Trying to help you, man. Jesus. He's strong.
It all began at this door of a 7-Eleven. For one ambulance crew, a stop for beverages turned violent encounter with another man in a uniform, and it all played out on surveillance video. In April, a showdown in the middle of the snack aisle. A parking enforcement officer accused of attacking a paramedic and EMT from rural Metro. In the first day of trial, lawyers for the parking officer said one of the EMTs uttered something as the men passed each other at the door.
As he's holding the door, he hears it.
The EMTs say they never said that, never even spoke to the officer. The video shows what happened next. The parking officer, Anibal Solis, coming back into the 7-Eleven and tracking down EMT Derek Shubin.
Extremely heated, and then that's when he continued to tell me that he would f me up.
The video appears to show Solis delivering a punch.
And immediately after I shoved him back is when he took the left swing, striking me on my right side jaw.
Shubin's partner came to help, getting Solis in what one witness called a chokehold. After the other EMT released Solis, the parking officer came back at him.
Then he ran up to my partner, took a few steps, and with the left fist, struck him on the right side of the jaw.
Defense attorneys say a chokehold by a man much larger than Solis left him fearful for his life. Prosecutors say the video does not lie. It shows a man acting not out of fear, but out for blood. Michael Chen, 10 News.
The Utah nurse is not alone. Police have a history of abusing professionals rendering aid. The body cam footage of a nurse being violent arrested for doing her job and refusing to break the law may be shocking, but it's not uncommon. By Rachel Blevins, September 3, 2017. The body cam footage of a nurse being violently arrested by a police officer in Salt Lake City while other officers on the scene watched and aided the arrest went viral on Friday. The internet watched in horror as a nurse followed the orders from her supervisors and refused to break the law, and a police officer responded by throwing a temper tantrum because he was told no. However, while this incident was caught on video and spread like wildfire when it was released, it is not uncommon, and it does not apply solely to medical professionals. Police officers also have a history of targeting and abusing first responders rendering aid to citizens in life-threatening situations. Firefighters. When Captain David Wilson, a veteran firefighter with 27 years of experience, arrived at the scene of a nasty car accident in Hazelwood, Missouri, in May 2003, he parked his truck and went to work. As he was attending to the victim, he was approached by a police officer who seemed to care more about the position of the truck than about the survivors of the crash. When Wilson ignored orders from Officer Todd Greaves to move his vehicle, Greaves became agitated and decided to take matters into his own hands. Greaves arrested the firefighter and kept him detained by a patrol car for 23 minutes until a supervisor told him to let Wilson go. Wilson filed a civil rights lawsuit and received $17,500 in damages. A similar instance occurred in March 2014 when a volunteer fireman in New Roads, Louisiana, was rendering aid to a woman who passed out in her home. He was the first one on the scene, and when police arrived, instead of asking about the state of the patient, they demanded that the fireman move his truck. When he did not comply, the officer arrested and detained him for nearly 15 minutes. Advertisement. Read more. Darren Wilson breaks his silence. He's sorry, but he was just doing his job. In February 2014, when Jacob Gregoire, a veteran firefighter with 12 years of experience, was responding to the scene of an accident in Chula Vista, California, he was also ordered to move his truck. Gregoire ignored the commands from a California highway patrolman, and he was arrested and detained on the side of the highway for 30 minutes. In response to the incident, Chula Vista Fire Chief Dave Hanneman called CHP's behavior ridiculous, and the Firefighters Union President John Hess praised Gregoire's actions. He made all firefighters look good. He was there to protect the citizens and he was willing to take a stand to do that, Hess said. EMTs and paramedics. In the same way that power-hungry police officers have gone after firefighters rendering aid to the victims of car accidents, they have also gone after paramedics and emergency medical technicians who did not follow their orders. In 2009, Oklahoma State Patrolman Daniel Martin pulled over an ambulance for failing to yield to his patrol car. The ambulance was in the midst of rushing to a hospital with a sick woman in its care. When the driver of the ambulance, Maurice White, stood up to Martin, the patrolman responding by assaulting, choking, and then arresting White, while a sick patient waited in the back of the ambulance, in need of emergency medical care. Another police officer used the chokehold method when he got into a confrontation with an EMT in Portsmouth, Ohio, in February 2017. While the emergency medical technicians were preparing to move a man into an ambulance, after he was knocked unconscious during a fight outside of a bar, he suddenly regained consciousness. Read more. Watch an 11-year-old boy shut down a speed trap and flex his rights like a pro. Police on the scene responded by intervening and deploying a taser on the startled man, and when one of the EMTs stood up the police sergeant, he assaulted the technician, putting him in a chokehold. A sheriff's deputy also decided to interfere with an ambulance rushing a patient to a hospital, Jackson, Kentucky, in June 2016. The ambulance driver claimed the deputy gave no reason for the stop, and the only reason the driver could come up with as to why the deputy would interfere was because he was the owner of a competing ambulance company. When a police officer in San Diego, California, decided to go after an EMT and a paramedic at a 7-Eleven convenience store in April 2014, the surveillance tape was their saving grace. Officer Anibal Solis claimed he heard EMT Derek Chauvin call him a F-King Nazi, and he naturally grabbed Chauvin and punched him. Paramedic Steve Kogel then intervened and put Solis in a chokehold. After Kogel let Solis out of the chokehold and tried to defuse the situation, the officer proceeded to attack him. A former paramedic in St. Paul, Minnesota, found herself on the receiving end of similar treatment in April 2017, when she stopped to render aid to a man who was bleeding on the street. As soon as an officer arrived, the paramedic cautioned him not to touch a portion of the man's shirt that was soaked with blood. The officer responded by punching and later arresting the paramedic for attempting to help. One of the most commonly used arguments for supporting police officers is that they risk their lives daily in order to save the lives of others. This same description can be used for firefighters, doctors, nurses, paramedics and emergency medical technicians. Read more. Video captures cop beating a 13-year-old girl with baton, pepper spraying 2 other young girls. However, when police officers adopt an "it's my way" of the highway mentality, and they abuse medical professionals and first responders who do not listen to their commands, they not only take away from their own credibility, they also risk the lives of individuals who are already in an emergency situation.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts. 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. Is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers. It's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know, what we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself, 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, now we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, that old video, that's not working. They're not. They're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that, that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now, where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran in, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know the $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.